A really important part of beach fishing is reading the beach and checking out the particular structure on a given day. It's one of the things that I love doing. I love the whole strategy side of it, and I normally position myself on an elevated place like a headland, a grassy headland where I am now, or perhaps I'll walk up the beach to the top of the sand dune where I can get a bit more perspective. So I'm just about to go fishing and I'm having a look at what's behind me. I can see right next to this headland that the water's really deep here. There's no real features. But as I look along the beach, I can see very clearly where the white water is, where there's sandbars and shallow water. I can see the deep troughs. I often like to fish right on the edge of where the shallow water transitions into the deep water. And I can see some typical places along that beach which would be good to have a cast. I often like to fish the beach close to a headland because fish often, as it starts to get dark, they'll move from these rocky areas where they're real attractors for fish because there's lots of small fish, bait fish, they attract big fish, and then they move in from these reefy areas and headlands into the holes and gutters on the beach as it gets dark. And so I very often like to come into places like this, have a good check out of the situation from up high, and then choose my place that I'd like to fish down on the beach. I'm fishing off the beach this afternoon, but I'm right next to a headland. The reason I've chosen this spot is the seas are relatively flat and often you get strong currents, but not today. And these are pathways that fish travel. They travel around the reef and along the fringe of the reef and the sand as they move on to beaches. So I'm actually fishing on the sand, but right next to this headland. And it's the sort of place you could catch anything really, and it's the sort of spot you'd catch a mulloway. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting a couple of nice fresh baits out there and looking forward to seeing what's going to jump on the other end. It just had a bend on it. Yeah, got something. Okay. What is this? It's really strange. It hasn't jumped like a salmon, but I think it is. You can see that squid bait there. The salmon regularly patrol up and down this beach. They do love squid. They like eating a lot of things, but obviously this guy's nailed the squid. And just really beautiful eating at this size, these salmon. One great way to eat them is actually ceviche, where you very thinly slice the fillets and then drizzle lemon juice or lime juice onto it with a little bit of fresh coriander, etc. Beautiful, or thinly sliced Spanish onion. Goes down really well.